Hi, my name is Zach Presley, and today I'll be telling you about how I don't think there should be any more gun control laws. So, the government just keeps wanting to take more and more of our rights, and it's just not right. The Second Amendment is the right to bear arms, and I don't think it should ever be infringed upon. Guns can be used for many things, like hunting and recreation, collecting, and most importantly, self-defense. So, I've been a gun owner for few years, like 3 or 4, and I've been a user of them for even longer than that, like 10. I've been hunting for a long time. So I'm going to be telling you today about the right to bear arms that we all as U.S. citizens have, and how guns can be used for many things. And lastly, I'll tell you about how this generation and the ones to come deserve the right to bear arms just like we do. And I'll tell you about the laws that we have in place now, and how I don't think there should be any more added after that. So let's talk about the Second Amendment and the law the right that the founding fathers gave to us. So, like I said before, the Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. It was adopted on December 15th, 1971. It predates the right to bear arms predates even the Bill of Rights itself, because the right to bear arms goes all the way back to English common law back in England. Its meaning, it's all U.S. citizens have the right to self-defense, and they have the right to act against oppression. And the right to bear arms protects the nation, because all citizens have the civic duty to act in concert in defense of their state. It also enables us to form a militia to fight against all foes, both foreign and domestic. Our founding fathers knew that the right to bear arms was very important and wanted to make sure it was protected for generations to come. So we use the right for many things. The biggest one would probably be protection and self-defense. Everyone deserves the right to protect themselves, and guns are one of the best ways to do that. Owning guns makes me myself feel safe in my own home, and I think that's everyone in America deserves to have. I mean, you don't want to be afraid in your own home. And owning a gun, it doesn't completely take away from that, but it kind of makes you feel a little better. Second, hunting. Hunting is older than time. I mean, the cavemen used to hunt, and most people these days don't hunt with spears, they hunt with guns. So, I mean, everyone that wants to hunt needs a gun, so they can't take those away from us. Hunting lets us live off the land and be self-supporting like we used to back in the old days, and I don't think we should take that away. I mean, hunting's a lot of fun, and it's something you can share with your kids and all your family. I mean, it's a lot of fun. You can use it for recreation, or just you can go to the shooting range. It's a lot of fun, and it's growing as a sport. It's like shooting clay and that kind of thing, trap shooting. Collecting is another way to use guns, and people in America love to collect stuff like stamps, coins. Well, guns, people collect a lot of guns too, and they're great for that because they've been around for hundreds of years, and there's just so many different kinds from all different countries and all different gun makers. And people that like history, I mean, there's guns for every different war we've been in. We've had a different kind of gun, many different kinds of guns. So it's just a lot of history, and I love history, and I love to learn about all the guns that were used in the wars and stuff like that. And they're great heirloom to pass down through the generations of your family. Man, I've got a 22 revolver my grandpa gave my dad, and my dad gave to me, and I cherish that a lot. So some people think that guns are bad and only criminals use them, but that's not true. I mean, guns have a lot of uses, and if you use them safely, they can be a lot of fun. So if people try to protest the Second Amendment, there's a lot of opponents against it, and they use every excuse you can think of to get rid of guns completely. I mean, all these shootings that there's been, lately, they're horrible, I know, but I mean, taking guns away from the citizens that, obey the law, that's not going to help anything. It's going to make things worse to me. And there's existing gun laws in place. I mean, you can't own a gun until you're 18. You can't own a pistol until you're 21, and if you have a felony, you can't own a gun. I mean, there's a lot of gun laws right now that are in place that do the job just fine. The future generations, they just, they deserve just the rights that we had and that have been around in America for hundreds of years. I mean, I would hate to know that, my kids and grandkids didn't get to see the fun in owning a gun, or even worse that, not being able to protect themselves. I mean, I'd hate for that to happen. So I just told you about guns and how they've been in our society for years, and they're good for protection and collecting and all that kind of stuff. And I just hope everybody that's watching this, if they didn't already embrace the Second Amendment, I hope that they will now, and just fight for it in the future if it ever comes to a vote. Guns are not a bad thing if you use them if they're in the right hands and for the right thing. So I hope everybody that uses them and knows how to use them and uses them safely. And I just hope that, I wish that criminals couldn't get a hold of them, but it's not that easy just to take them away from them and not everybody else. So thanks for watching. That's all I got.